This is very cool. As you might have guessed from the intro, today I'm going to be doing some embroidery. I have been so busy the last few weeks with just preparing for markets, house projects, all kinds of things that I actually started a really cute tote bag a few weeks ago, and it has just been hanging on the corner over there forever. So here's the tote bag. I got it at Hobby Lobby for $1.99. When I first started this project, I bought some heat transfer vinyl and put my brand for my Etsy shop on here, and my plan was to have this cute little Bloomin' Loom Co. And then, I don't know if you can see this, but where all these white chalk marks are, I'd like to put wildflowers, and I thought it would be really cute instead of heat transferring them on with vinyl if I put embroidered flowers. And so I'll kind of explain the process and how I kind of envision it. And if you're wondering how I got this on here, I should put a little video, if I haven't already, a little screenshot of how I did this, because I filmed it on my phone a few weeks ago when I started this. So, okay, we're gonna get into what I'm gonna use, how I do this, and so on and so on. Okay, so obviously the first thing that I'm going to use to make an embroidered project is the embroidery machine. This is the Brother PE800, and I bought this a few years ago. So if there's not a new version out now, this one is probably discounted a little bit. I believe it was like 800, in the high 800s. I remember I was very, very scared to buy something this pricey. The reason I did choose this machine over other like home beginner machines is it can fit a 5x7 hoop, which looks like this. So the most embroidery I can do on a product is 5x7. Today, I won't be using 5x7, I will just be using a 4x4 hoop, and that's what this looks like. It's a lot smaller, but the wildflowers that I'm putting on the bag are like 1 inch by 1/2 inch, so I won't need something as big as a 5x7 hoop. The other piece of equipment that I think is super important, and it should come with all of your hoops, is this little doodad. You can't really see it that well because it's clear, but this will fit in the hoop so that you can kind of figure out where your design is going to show up. I also use a lot of fabric chalk, so it makes my life easier. It doesn't always stay on the fabric. Sometimes after washes, I will still see a little bit of chalk, so you might have to do some extra scrubbing with vinegar or whatever your favorite cleaning method is. But I use chalk, and then most importantly, we will talk about stabilizer. It's a very important part because it, you guessed it, stabilizes your fabric when it is being embroidered. So this is a tearaway stabilizer, and it's a lot thinner. It's kind of rough. It's not soft or anything. And tearaway stabilizer is best when you're doing things that you're not going to wear. So I am doing a tote bag, so this will be just fine. But if you're doing clothing or something that somebody might wear, then you will use something called cutaway stabilizer. It is a lot thicker and it's soft. So when you use cutaway stabilizer, it kind of makes the embroidery last longer, and it doesn't irritate the skin when someone's wearing it. So for all clothing, I'd recommend using cutaway stabilizer, just for durability and comfort. And like I mentioned earlier, I am not a professional embroiderer. This stuff is just what I've learned along the process, and I've watched other YouTube videos and read tons of blogs about it. There are other ways to do this. This is the way that I've kind of learned that works best for me. And I've actually never done a tote bag, so we'll even see if this works for me. I don't know, but I think it will be really fun. We're gonna talk about how we get the embroidery hoop onto the bag. And I apologize, I'll try to get some close-ups as I explain this. First off, I always take this little guy and I put it where I kind of want things to be. I hope that's a good enough explanation. I'm going to use a little bit, this tiny little piece of yellow chalk. I'm going to kind of center it. It does not have to be perfect. I am going to draw in where these little holes are on my embroidery guide. Okay, so now that I have the little X marks the spot, I'm going to hoop it. So this is a thicker material and I have some seams here, so this is probably going to be kind of hard to hoop. I probably should have done an easier one to show you guys, but we want to make sure that this is near the opening of the bag because we need to take the bag and shove it underneath so that it doesn't embroider through the bag. So we're going to go like this. I just had a moment to myself with this, and I think this project is a lot harder than I thought. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to embroider all of the flowers separately, and then I'm going to iron them onto the bag. My hand already hurts, and I don't think this project was well thought through by myself. I think if you want to hand embroider things, 100% yes. And I should have. That would be kind of fun for me to learn on this bag. I'm going to take this cutaway stabilizer. I'm just going to put it into the stabilizer hoop. I'm going to make sure it's taut, pull it tight. Now I'm going to put it into the machine and we're going to pick our design out and do the first one and see how this goes. So I have the feeling this is going to be a fail. So I hide all of my colors in this cabinet. Let's actually pick a couple greens. What that green? Does that green look good? Kind of. I really like this blue for wildflowers. Ooh, this pink is kind of bright and pretty. And then purple. This is a really pretty like orangey red. I feel like light pink is underrated here. This light orange. Let's try that. This is an experiment. I do feel like it will be a fail. And then this is going to be a very bad how-to video. All right, let's go back over to the machine. Okay, so, and then, no, we want them separate. I think we're starting with this. So I think that if I had the patience to do this, I would. But so this is kind of what it looks like, and I still have to get that white part out. What I need to do though is put a backing on them with this heat bond, which is like a sticky backing that I can iron on. I was imagining this like dainty wildflower look. A few weeks ago I did this mushroom. I could stick the backing on. There's enough space where here there's so many gaps, I think it would just kind of show through. So what I wrote down here is I'm going to have some daisies, butterflies, strawberries, and mushrooms. So it won't be the dainty wildflower look that I wanted. Hopefully it looks cute. I'll see you guys at the embroidery machine because I'm still sorting this out in my head. After a very long time, This is what I embroidered. Let's see if I can get this light. Ooh, that is so bright. I'm gonna cut these out individually. So we're still going a flower route. I'm gonna finish doing these up, and when I'm ready to put the backing onto them, I'm gonna bring you guys back. They're here. I've lost one. Oh no, they're all 4 here. So here's all my flowers. Now I'm gonna use some special stuff. Looks like paper, but this is Heat Bond Ultra. So this is what makes it sticky. Hopefully they all fit on that little piece. I'm watching the video because I kind of forgot how to use this. I have the Heat Bond and I cut it out, and so I'm taking my little iron, which I recommend using a big iron, and you hold it on there for 1 or 2 seconds. Just want to make sure these are bonded. This is what it looks like. They're just bonding, and then they say when it is cooled, then I can peel it off. So I'm going to make the next shapes. Isn't super distracting, but I'm now going to peel this off because it is cooled, and we're gonna see what we have. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I think I have to cut the shape out again. It's sort of late, but I finally finished cutting out all of the shapes. My wrists hurt. I did take a longer break to go get ice cream and go to TJ Maxx. I do want to make more of these flowers if there's blank space on this, but I did the daisies. I did these butterflies, and they're all different colors. What I essentially made was a patch. I embroidered this and then put the sticky backing on it. And then I made 2 types of strawberries. The strawberries are pretty itty bitty, but I made one in this dark purple and then one in the light or dark pink. And then the mushrooms, which I might make more of, are the cutest. They're so cute. What I'm gonna do now is just decorate the bag, and then I have my little Cricut ironing thing that I will press them on. Pretty smooth sailing from this point on. I am going to get this little Cricut mat thing back out. We're gonna get this all pressed in. Out of battery, but I wanted to show off a quick night shot of this tote bag. The only thing is you can still see some of the chalk marks, so I'll have to wait 24 hours before I wash those off because I don't want the iron-ons to come off. But I ended up, as you saw in the video, putting Bloomin' Loon on both sides. So each side is a little different. I don't exactly know how to show this. These mushrooms are so freaking cute. I do have a little bit of tuning up to do on some of the shapes. What a fun idea for my embroidery machine. I do think I kind of want to continue making like these little patches. I kind of got the hang of it at the end. It was quite challenging at the beginning and my hand like cramped up so many times, but I'll put this down a little bit. Like that's, oh gosh, that's pretty freaking cute. I do love that it's different on both sides. I wish I did a little more blue. I do like that blue butterfly. Comment below if you think I should make these and put them in my shop, because it was really fun and it did take me a long time, but I did, like I told you guys, I did take a long break. Like I'll try to get a diagonal view here. Here we go. Okay, that's one side and then here's the other. Yeah, so that will even look cute like hanging. I don't know. Anyway, this project has been waiting for so long. I'm so glad I got it finished. Thank you guys for bearing with me on that. If you have any questions about embroidery or my embroidery process that I missed, because I did go a little scatterbrained when this project didn't turn out like I wanted it to. So if you have any questions on any of the equipment I used in the video that I didn't really talk about, please comment below, let me know. I don't know everything, but it would be so fun to talk about it and we can learn from each other. Have a good night and may all of your embroidery dreams come true.